The FBI in Peace and War. The FBI in Peace and War. Another great story based on Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War. Drama, thrills, action. Tonight's story, Knock on Wood.
Okay. The doors will be open in a couple of minutes. You all right?
Sure, I'm all right.
Keep that motor running.
Yeah, I know.
And if there's any trouble inside, pull right up to the door.
There won't be any trouble.
Well, I don't think so, but you better knock on wood.
Huh?
Knock on wood.
For what?
So there won't be any trouble.
There isn't any wood. This is a modern type car.
Here, use this.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. Use it.
What do? Carry around a chunk of wood?
Yes, I do. Use it or you don't drive my car.
Okay.
And say, knock on wood when you do it.
Knock on wood.
All right.
You mean you always carry this thing around?
Yes, I do.
It's very interesting.
I never take chances. When you drive for me, you won't take any either.
All right.
Oh, there's the guard.
Where?
Crossing the street. He'll open up and then the manager will come along in a couple of minutes. The time lock on the vault goes off at 9:05, so give me a couple of minutes after that.
Right.
Okay, here goes.
At 9 a.m. on a spring morning in 1955, a lone bandit held up the Somerville National Bank and drove off in a waiting car. Descriptions of the bandit varied since he wore dark glasses and a hat pulled low on his head. Later in the day, the car, which had been stolen, was found in an empty lot with several money bags from the bank in the front seat. In one of the bags, for some unexplained reason, there was a Chinese good luck piece. All that was left of the bank's $48,000.
That's right, $48,000.
And all you got is a measly $5.
Well, he hired me to drive the car. That's what he said he'd pay me.
Well, I guess it's better than a hole in the head.
Look, maybe you'd like to go back to checking hats for a while. How about that, huh?
Don't get sore.
You think I'm just taking a fine for driving them? And that's the end of it, huh?
Look, let's not fight.
Now, listen. I figured he's got 100 G's or more tucked away someplace.
100?
Yeah, or more.
No kidding.
He's got to have. He never spends a dime. And he's pulled 3 jobs in the last 2 years just as big as this one.
100,000?
Yeah. They don't keep it in the bank.
How do you know?
He says it's bad luck.
Bad luck?
Yeah. With him, everything is good luck or bad luck. Knock wood, don't break mirrors. He even carries a pocket full of Chinese good luck pieces. And he leaves them places.
Why?
Why? For good luck, so as the cops don't get him.
You're kidding.
Oh, I'm not. This guy is strictly nuts on the subject. And that's how you and I are going to get to him. For $100,000.
Descriptions of the hold-up man varied. We showed hundreds of photographs to the bank employees to see if there were any points of agreement. Out of all the photographs, 3 seemed to suggest the bandit. Agent Mills and I obtained all the records available on these 3 men and started reading. Late in the day, Agent Mills came into my office. Finished?
Not quite. How are you coming?
I've just gone through everything on this man Baker. He's had 14 convictions in every possible count, but nothing on bank robbery.
Uh-huh. You want to listen to something on Carl Hager?
Sure.
He served 5 years in Leavenworth for armed robbery. The prison psychiatrist seems to have gotten quite interested in him.
Yeah?
This is from a report to the warden when Hager was about to be reclassified for work. There's a lot of technical stuff, but this is the paragraph that interested me. In addition, the prisoner, like many others, is extremely superstitious. He told me seriously that hair from a man's head or some other personal object left at the scene of a robbery will prevent detection. When I asked him if he'd left anything at the robbery for which he was now serving time, he said no. He hadn't learned about this fact at the time.
Very interesting.
You thinking the same thing I am?
A Chinese good luck piece.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Hager. Any known address?
Nope. And no relatives. Most of his convictions were in New York City.
Okay, let's see what you've got on him.
You follow me, May, huh? He's superstitious.
Yeah, so far.
All right, now, the next thing you're going to do is read this book till you know it backward and forward.
A book?
Don't get worried. It's very simple.
What's it about?
Fortune telling.
Fortune telling?
Yeah. It's supposed to explain how it's a racket, but if you read it careful, you can get all this fortune telling double talk.
What do I want that for?
For $100,000.
Oh,
You still follow, huh?
kind of.
All right. Now, you read the book till you get easy in a mumbo-jumbo. Then you start hanging around the 3rd Street Bar and Grill.
That dumb?
Never mind if it's a dump. That's where he goes practically every night in the week.
Oh, I'm going to pick him up, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
And we're going to get acquainted.
Uh-huh. And pretty soon, maybe after meet him a couple of times, he finds out that you have got a gift.
A what?
Read the book. They call it a gift. You can predict what's going to happen. You don't know how you do it, but ever since you were a kid, you could do this. It is a gift.
He's going to fall for that.
Oh, you bet he is, because the first time he says, go ahead, tell me about myself, you're going to tell him stuff nobody could know that just met him. And he's going to fall plenty.
Then what?
Then, after you know him a few weeks, maybe even a couple of months, he's going to trust you 100%. Then, you give him the payoff.
How?
Read the book first, and then I'll tell you.
Sure, most of those old dolls use a lot of double talk. I can always tell when a person's got the gift.
My mother could, too. She had it.
Oh, yeah?
That's what they told me. I didn't know her, really. She died when I was just a kid.
Oh, that's tough.
She used to tell my sister it scared her sometimes what came out without her even thinking.
Oh, I bet.
My sister used to help her every once in a while. Sometimes they dragged me in. Everybody used to laugh, the things I'd come out with.
You can tell fortunes?
Sort of. Of course, first you've got to get in the same kind of vibrations as the other person's mind. Sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. In tune, like in a radio.
That's right. Once you're in tune with a person's mind, you can see the past and the future.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But it doesn't always work.
I know. Try me, for instance.
Right here?
You couldn't have with all this noise.
No, it isn't the noise. I just don't know if both of us could concentrate.
We'll give it a whirl, just for laughs, huh?
All right. You think of something important, like someone you knew in the past who was close to you.
All right.
You thinking?
Uh-huh.
It's not coming through just yet. I don't think... Wait a second. I'm getting a name. The letter D. A woman's name beginning with D, is that right?
That's right.
I get the impression of a trip. A trip by automobile.
That's right.
An automobile trip. The car's going terribly fast. It's going around a curve. There's an accident. Oh, I'm sorry. This wasn't a good idea, was it?
No, it's all right. There was an accident.
The woman's name was Doris, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, that's enough of that. You better order me another drink.
Yeah, I guess. I'd better order one for me, too. What'll be?
I think I'll have a double brandy. I need it after that.
Now, Act 2 of tonight's story, Knock on Wood.
Within a few weeks, we had located the novelty house that manufactured the good luck pieces. They had a long list of customers for this item, and we began the tedious process of checking each name on the list. Presently, we came to a restaurant in downtown New York owned by an American-born Chinese.
No, we don't sell those good luck pieces. I used to give them to regular customers as a sort of an advertisement.
You don't anymore?
Unfortunately, the wholesale price of food is so high that we have discontinued those niceties.
About how long ago, Mr. Wong?
Oh, I don't think we've given any for the last 6 months at least.
Mm-hmm. Well, we may be wasting time, Mr. Wong, but we'd like you to look at this picture and tell us if you've ever seen this man before.
Of course.
The picture's about 5 years old. The man may be heavier now.
I know him. That's Mr. Hogan. He used to be one of my regulars.
Do you remember when he was in here last?
Oh, many months ago. It may even be as long as a year.
Do you know what he did, Mr. Wong, or where he lived?
No, not exactly. I think he lived at a rooming house. I remember he didn't like the food there. It was, I think it was somewhere on 4th Street. I don't know where he worked at.
A rooming house on 4th Street.
I think so. Is he in some kind of trouble?
We'd like to talk to him.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you.
If we gave you a number to call, Mr. Wong, would you let us know if this man ever comes in here again?
Of course.
Thank you, Mr. Wong. Here's the number. If he comes here, try to hold him while you have someone call us.
I'll try.
Thank you, Mr. Wong.
Well, that's quite all right. I'm sorry if one of my old customers is in trouble. My good luck piece didn't work in his case, did it?
Although there were no rooming houses on 4th Street, we obtained a list of all such places in the area. And after a 2-day search, found the place where Hager had stayed. It was run by a man named Denny, who recognized Hager's picture and told us that Hager had boarded there a few months at a time over a period of years. Denny didn't know where Hager was at the time, but agreed to notify us if Hager ever returned. With this temporary dead end, we had to sit down and wait.
Wait for what? I'm seeing him 2 or 3 times every week. He's practically proposing marriage, which is something you never did.
Don't be funny.
Well, what's to wait for?
I want him to have 100% absolute confidence in you. That's what.
What do you want? He's even asking my advice on the horses, and should he buy a new car?
Oh, advice on spending money, huh?
Yeah, on everything. I'm supposed to look into the future and tell him.
Okay. I guess he's right.
So what's the gimmick?
More advice about money. You're going to start getting worried.
Worry?
Yeah, about that pile he's got hidden away someplace. You're going to start needling him, telling him it isn't safe.
Oh, that's it.
You get it, huh?
Sure.
I what?
He gets worried about his dough. It isn't safe. Then one night I tell him I got a big flash. He's got to move the dough to a safer place.
You like it?
Sure. Now, how about letting me go to work on him? And then I get tired of reading, so I laid out the cards, just for fun.
Did they say you're a pretty cute proposition?
I wasn't doing me. I was doing you.
Oh.
Carl,
Yeah.
sometimes the cards lie. I don't always know where to trust them.
They tell you something bad about me?
No, not bad. But it did frighten me, kind of.
Oh, yeah?
Something you own, I don't know what it is, something that means a great deal to you, is in a dangerous position.
What do you mean?
I don't know. That's the funny part. Whatever this thing is that's important to you, it's not in a safe place.
Something that's important to me, huh?
You know, the cards didn't say something that's hidden. Got any idea what it is?
I think so.
It could be jewelry or money or a legal
I
document,
think
maybe.
I know what it is.
Well, don't tell me. Just keep watching it carefully. I'll do the cards again, but maybe you ought to move it to a safer place.
Maybe you're right.
Like I said, the cards aren't always right, but there's no use taking a chance, is there?
Hello?
Eddie, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
I'm in a booth at the bar. He's just paying the check.
How did it go?
I think he went for it.
Okay. I'll stick with him from now on. You tell him to take you home.
Okay. When will I see you?
Sometime tomorrow. I'll call you.
Good luck, Eddie.
Okay. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, don't break no mirrors. May I think this is gonna work.
Good morning. I'm looking for Carl Hager. I'm his brother from Phillipstown.
His brother?
Yeah. I called him last night and told him I was coming to New York for the day. He said he was going to go back to his old room here. I'm supposed to meet him.
He never said anything about his brother?
Well, I borrow money from him. He never mentions me. Is he in his room now?
No.
But he is here. I mean, he did check in this morning, huh?
Yeah, he came in this morning.
You know when he'll be back?
He didn't say. Later in the day.
Well, look, I have no place to wait in the city. Could I go to his room?
Well, I guess so.
Oh, thanks.
He's back here, number 2 rear. I'll fetch you in.
Thanks a lot.
There you are.
Okay.
You want something to read? Morning paper?
No, thanks. I'll rest till Carl gets here.
Oh, okay.
Is that Hager that just came in?
No. The fella says he's his brother. He wanted to wait in the room, so I let him in. Say, mister, there isn't going to be any shooting, is there?
We don't think so. Can we have the key to the room, please?
Here you are.
Okay, Steve.
What are you looking for in that suitcase?
I'm not looking for any. Who are you?
FBI, get your hands up.
So I checked into my old room this morning. I figured the cards were probably right.
About what?
Well, don't you remember what you told me the other night?
Oh, something valuable.
Yeah.
You moved it into a safe place.
The safest.
Well, even if the cards are wrong.
Well, there's no use taking a chance.
That's what I always say. What are we stopping for?
I just want to pick up something in my room.
Now?
Yeah. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure, but couldn't it wait?
Why? You afraid we may bump into Eddie?
Who?
Eddie Bryce. Don't you know?
No. Who's he?
He's the guy you had a date with after you had dinner with me night before last.
You're crazy.
No, I'm just suspicious. When I get to like someone, I check up before I like them too much.
Carl.
Eddie will be in my room looking for the money, won't he?
I don't know what you're talking about.
$70,000. I got it right here with me. I figured I gave Eddie a good price for driving the car. Why should I give him more?
Carl, honest, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about you and Eddie. I want to see the two of you together. Hear what you got to say to each other. Get out, May.
Carl, listen, I know this looks funny, but it was Eddie's idea.
Get out, May.
But...
Get out!
Oh.
Now, go on now. I want to see the two of you together.
Carl, listen, I'm going to tell you the whole story, the whole truth, so help me.
You bet you are. Go straight back. Room number 2.
Carl, he came to me and he said I had to do it. He even made me read a book, How to Tell Fortunes.
Okay, save it. You get your chance to talk. Hello, Eddie.
Eddie, tell him the truth. Tell him this wasn't my idea. Tell him how
Shut
you
up,
made
Eddie. Who are you, Mac?
FBI. Don't reach for your pocket. You're covered. Get his gun, Jim.
FBI? What's the trouble?
I want to talk to you about the Somerville National Bank.
What about this guy?
We found him here. Who is he? What's he got to do with you?
I told you he owed me some money, and I came here to get it. Isn't that right, Carl?
Is that right?
Half of it. He came here for money, but I don't owe him anything.
Who is he?
He's the other guy you want to talk to about the Somerville National Bank.
You dirty louse.
He's the guy that drove the car.
Carl.
And she's what they call an accessory after the fact. She knew all about this right from the beginning.
Okay, let's all go downtown.
You're a real crumb, you are.
I'm just unlucky in the friends I got. When I met you, too, I should have knocked on wood.
entered a plea of guilty to the charge of armed robbery. It implicated both Eddie Bryce and May Keever. Hager and Bryce drew terms of 10 years each. May Keever, 5 years as an accessory after the fact. Hager expects to get out in 8.5 years on good behavior. Knock on wood.
Tonight's radio dramatization for the FBI in Peace and War was written by Louis Pelletier. These programs are produced and directed by Betty Mandeville. All names and characters used on the program are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. This program is based upon Frederick L. Collins' copyrighted book, The FBI in Peace and War, and the broadcast does not imply authorization or approval by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Today is the beginning of National Crime Prevention Week. For the third consecutive year, CBS Radio and the FBI in Peace and War are proud to acknowledge an award of merit from the 80,000 members of the National Exchange Clubs throughout the United States in recognition of this program's year-round campaign against lawlessness. This is Warren Sweeney inviting you to listen to next week's story, The Last of the Hohenzollern, on the FBI in Peace and War. Same time, same station. Stay tuned for Gunsmoke, which follows immediately on most of these same stations. America listens most to the CBS Radio Network.
This is WGBS Radio, Mike.